Hi, I'm Todd Henderson. Today I want to show you how to install the Road Armor Stealth Lonestar bumper on this 2015 and up Ford F-150. Let's go ahead and get started. Now we've already removed the bumper from the truck, all the hardware, the tow hooks. We've disconnected the light harnesses. Before we can install a new bumper, we have to remove also this frame extension. Now there's a special way of doing that. We've got two bolts that hold this frame extension in place. What we're going to do is we're going to take a 15 millimeter and we're going to loosen this up. Now we have to do these one bolt at a time. So we've got this bolt up out of the way. We're also going to take a provided bolt, this is the same thread, and we're going to push that up through the bottom. Now as we do that, that's going to force this bolt that we've just loosened up all the way up to the body of the truck. It's going to bury out on the sheet metal of the truck, get nice and tight up against there. All right, now that we've got the bolt pushed up against the sheet metal of the truck, we're going to use a cutoff wheel or a sawzall. We're going to cut that off. We're going to make sure we have a little bit of space down there to where we can still grab that with some needle nose pliers. Then we can pull this out and repeat the same process on the next bolt back. Now here's the frame extension we just loosened up. We have to slide this out. Now this is going to hit this portion of the plastic right here in the wheel well. If we want to fight it past that, we can. It takes a lot of force. To make it easier, what we're going to do is we're going to use a 7/32. We're actually going to take out this screw right here. All right, so you're going to have a pair of frame brackets. Now these are mirror images of each other. They only go on one way. Just make sure they line up with the holes from the factory. Once those are in place, you want to hold this in place, and we're going to take some bolt plates that are provided, and we're going to drop them through the holes, through the tow hooks, where the tow hooks were, and also through the other factory holes. Now with those in place, we're also going to use provided hardware. Use flat washer, lock washer, and a nut on the other side of all of those bolt plates. All right, now on the back side of the bumper, we've got an opening that's going to allow me to slide in a triple bolt plate. And we're going to have a total of 4 of these, 2 per side on the bumper. So what we're going to do, these bolt plates have to line up to the slotted holes in the bumper, and then we're going to fasten them together with the provided hardware. So we're just going to slip them up into place, slide a bolt through. We're going to take a provided nut, thread it on there. We don't want to get it too tight though. We just want to get it just barely finger tight. Now the bolt plate's in place. It can slide up and down and adjust. We're going to do that on all 4 of them. Now I've gone ahead and installed a 16,000 pound steel line winch. This is the largest winch they say these will fit. So I went ahead and put it on there. You want to install your winch and your fairlead before you install the bumper to the truck. Next we need to measure the outside of these bracket locations here so we know how far to adjust the brackets out before we fit this up into place. All right, now I was at 38 3/4 of an inch, so I want to go from the inside of this bracket ear to the inside of this bracket ear and make sure that it's 38 3/4 of an inch. And we also, it's best to go ahead and make sure they're nice and centered as well. Now this is a very big and very heavy bumper. We did use a floor jack and 2 guys to keep everything lifted up and steadied in place and balanced while we installed it. All right, so I'm on the driver's side frame. This is where the bracket mounts to the frame right here. When you slide the bumper into that bracket, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and install your 3 bolts on each side of this bracket. Now it's going to be a bolt, lock washer, and flat washer. You're not going to tighten them up just yet. You're going to thread through the bracket and into those triple nut plates that we installed earlier. Now once that's lined up on both sides, you got 3 bolts on this side, 3 bolts on this side over here. So once you got those lined up, you want to go ahead and tighten down the 5 bolts to hold the bracket to the frame. Then once you have the bumper lined up, you want to go ahead and go back and tighten up the 6 bolts to hold the bumper to the brackets on each side. Once all the bolts are threaded in place underneath the truck, you're going to get outside the truck and make sure everything is lined up. You want the curves of the truck, the inside of the wheel well to match up to the inside of the bumper. Make sure the bumper is lifted up to your rubber gasket on either side and make sure the bumper is level. Then once you got everything straightened up and lined up, go ahead and tighten all your hardware down, all the hardware holding the bumper to the brackets and all the hardware holding the brackets to the frame. Well, now we're ready to customize it with lights. We got 3 light tabs on the center bar. We've got a couple of pod lights cut out for each side of the bumper, as well as we got places to install shackles. And that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts. We're here to help you out.